This is for those who are really feeling tired and frustrated because you want to achieve results for your goals, for your plans, but you keep failing. And maybe it's not just failing, maybe it's also just things piling up for you. Priorities here and there, problems piling up at work, in school, with your parents, etc. But I need you to remember, as I remembered it myself, that sometimes we just have to be kind to ourselves, especially when you're reaching the age of like 20s or 30s where you feel the need to get results because everyone else is achieving results for themselves. When you're in your 20s and 30s, especially, you're in a life stage where you need to find the results of the efforts that you've put in. And if efforts don't show up, we get bogged down. We easily get impatient with people around us. We get paralyzed, and sometimes we say, I'm done. I'm not gonna try anymore. I'm not gonna, put so much effort anymore because it's just not working out. It's just frustrating and it's tiring. We need to accept our here and now. We need to accept where we're at. I think that accepting our here and now is our first step to acknowledge that we're tired, we're frustrated, and then when you're able to ground yourself back to the center, back to where you're at, back to the present, then you know that it's right there where you need so much help. Sometimes you might be able to say for yourself, I miss my old self. I don't have so much responsibilities at that time. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, not much responsibilities. I was enjoying myself. But your here and now says that you're not a time machine and you can't turn back time. So the key to being here in your now is to really accept that this is now what you are faced with. And I had to keep telling myself these things for the past months, for the past maybe 2 to 3 years. When I took a major transition in my life and then I entered slow living, that's when all these introspective thoughts started to uh, make me realize the things that I had to leave behind and the things I have to face. And sometimes it gets tiring and frustrating at some point along the way. But I have to remind myself that this is my here and now, and this is what I'm faced with. Now, I had to tell a friend that when you already acknowledge your here and now, but it's really hard to move forward, like you got tired and it's so hard to move forward, then there might be an inner work that needs to happen. And that inner work is something that you might be able to say for yourself, oh, I can do this. I can just read a book. I can just process my own emotions. I can introspect. I can do slow living. But sometimes you need help. And that's when you just raise the white flag and say, surrender. I need help. I hope that you find help in whatever means possible and find the right help. You don't want to go to someone who actually just, gaslights you or just minimizes what you're going through. You need a push, yes, to move forward, but you need the right tools to actually ground yourself back to your here and now and have the drive and find yourself in a place where you can have the strength again to get back up and move forward. Sometimes you need help for that. But sometimes it's actually just a good cup of coffee with a friend. Sometimes it's prayer. Sometimes it's a good meditation and be able to ground yourself. But again, there are certain people who might need something more. And if you're that type of person that you think you might need something more, don't ever feel like you're so different and abnormal because all the rest can actually move forward just by accepting the universe, the here and now. But we have to acknowledge that there might be people whose wounds in the past, just, if I'm using the right word, debilitated them enough to not be able to move forward with their own agency, and you need help for that. When you're tired and frustrated, just come back to the present and try to find your own agency to move forward. But if you cannot, You might need a little help. You might need help from someone, maybe a friend or maybe a professional. But what matters is that you become aware of your state. You become aware of where you're at. To me personally, when I realize where I'm at, when I'm grounded to my here and now, and it looks messy and it lacks results, and when I'm grounded back to my here and now and I'm back to the center, to my present, and then I see that, okay, I'm so tired of this, there's no results, or it's so slow, or I'm so frustrated. Just the fact that I'm able to see for myself that I'm actually already tired and already frustrated allows me to plan out, what do I need to do? Do I need to take a rest? Do I need to take a break? Do I need to go to this place and walk on a Saturday morning, have a good cup of coffee by myself, and, self reflect, or exercise, or walk, or take a good shower, or to me, maybe it's talking to God, and be able to realize that God is right here in my here and now, where I'm at. It really helps me. How about you? What helps you to be able to move forward from being frustrated and tired? And when you're grounded back to your here and now, how does it help you to actually move forward? Again, nobody's forcing you to progress 100 miles. An inch of a progress is already progress. So celebrate that. If you don't see progress and you're tired and frustrated, don't stop. I'll see you in the next video.